Nadira, how's it going?
This is Tim Keating. This is Tim in his regular job. He's the CEO of an exploration and mining company. And this is what Tim does for fun.
So there's a group of us who normally race together, and we will sit and we'll have some breakfast. We occasionally talk about racing, talk about business. A lot of us are all in the mining industry. That's how we kind of know each other and got involved in this. So there's quite a strong social aspect to it. You know, sit and have a bit of breakfast, watch one or two of the horses work, and then just come down here, chat to the trainer for a bit, and then touch and feel. It's what it's all about. You've also got to touch and feel and kind of be part of it, and then head off towards the office. And some guys go for a drink after work on a Friday. We prefer just to come here in the morning and start the weekend off like that. This is Jaeger. We've just picked her up, and this is what we've decided with her is to get quite a nice big group together. This will be a real social horse. There's 10 of us. The trainer Alec as well has got a share, so it's a way for the guys to get to know Alec a bit as well. It's one of those where I think there's about 8 or 9 guys who are all going to take 10-12% or so.
Jaeger's bloodline is traced back to the stallion Eye of the Tiger, out of an Al Mufti mare.
She's a well-bred filly. She's got what they call black type through her dam line, through her mom's side of the family. There's black type means there's some graded or stakes winners in there or placed. She's obviously a beautiful looking horse. Obviously we love them all equally, and nice mentality. And we'll see. She's only just turned 2, so at the moment we go on breeding and confirmation. We'll see what she looks like. She hasn't been onto the track just yet, but we're hoping, as we do with all of them, that she'll be the next budding superstar.
Tim recently celebrated his 35th birthday. He got into the horse business about 4 years ago.
It was a confluence of several factors. It was a bachelor's weekend at the Durban July. It was running into an old friend who's a breeder, and concluding a deal with a guy whose dad was a trainer at the time as well. And that all happened literally in the space of about 4 or 5 days. And then I arrived at the sale, and just again coincidentally, the guy that was a mate of mine, who was a breeder, and this trainer just happened to be sitting at the same table. I mean, I really knew nothing at the time, and it was just again one of those coincidences. And he had a horse to sell. The guy who was going to train for me liked it, and we just struck up a deal there and then. I hadn't even seen the horse. Went down to the stable, and it was called Irish National in the end, which was, I think I would have bought regardless of what the thing looked like.
Irish National won its first and second races and came in second place in her third. Although Tim knew this success was not the usual, he was undoubtedly hooked. Horses can be a costly hobby, which is why Tim never invests alone. He prefers to own shares to lower his risk.
We don't have thousands, millions and millions to spend. My very first horse, Irish National, I think cost 60,000 Rand. I think 10 of us bought into her, so there was 6,000 Rand in each up front. It's about 5,000 a month to keep. So you're in for, again, if you've got 10 of you, 500 Rand a month if everything goes well. She, in the end, in her first 3 races, had won over 100,000 Rand, but I would imagine that's unusual. My luck so far with horses has been quite good, in that I think out of the couple I've got, I've only had one that hasn't been a winner.
Tim learned the ropes by trial and error. Picking a winner isn't all luck in this business.
There's certain groups that set up and manage the horses, do all the admin for you, which make things a lot easier. And then just picking things up from the trainers, and just once you immerse yourself in it, there's enough people who will tell you enough to get you along the way. And it's not a very complicated thing to get involved in at all. There's various sales through the year, and really I'm nowhere near the competence level of being able to select a good horse from a bad horse at the moment. So what you do is the trainers will go through, there's a couple of hundred horses that'll come up for a sale. They'll go through all the horses, have a look at what they like, and then they'll, on a day or two before the sale, you'll go down there with them. They'll have checked out the horse to make sure that its confirmation is correct. And then you really go on their advice. And then it's if you're fortunate enough to you obviously set your price limits as what you'd like to pay for that horse. And if you get it, you get it. Obviously it's an auction, so you may not always get it. The one thing you mustn't do is come into this game or the sport thinking it's as an investment. Unless you're really serious about it and you're going to take a lot of attention and make it full time. The way to approach this is really, this is a lot of fun. Instead of a round of golf, maybe you can have a lot of fun at the racetrack. I think the other thing that's important, particularly for first-time owners or guys that are kind of new to the game, is don't get in too big too quickly. A lot of the guys that I bring in, because with all the horses that I buy, I'll bring in the same kind of core group of guys that we own with, and then also 1 or 2 new ones. And I always say to the new people, don't take 5, take 10%. That's all you need. Whether you own 50 or you own 10, you get the same sensation, you get the same thrill out of it. So just start off small, let that horse progress through, and then from there, if you enjoy it and you like it, then get another little share in another one and bring that through.
Tim's long-term plan is to purchase some fillies and breed them. But for now, his business partners and family have to work at keeping him away from the sales, since he can't help but pick 1 or 2 horses up every time.